What if the images you look at every single day could actually grow your wealth? Not just motivate you for a few minutes, but truly reprogram your energy, redirect your focus, and attract real tangible opportunities into your life. Most people don't realize this. What you see every day is what your subconscious starts to believe. And what your subconscious believes it begins to create. Most of us fill our environments with reminders of what's missing. Unpaid bills, cluttered desks, chaos on screens, and constant noise about scarcity. We see lack, and so we start to live it. We scroll through images of other people winning, succeeding, traveling, and unconsciously tell ourselves, "That's not me," but your subconscious doesn't care about logic. It only knows one language: imagery. It obeys pictures more than words. Every image you stare at, every symbol you connect with, becomes a command to your inner world. This is my reality. So if, every morning, you're surrounded by images of limitation, your brain is hardwiring for limitation. But if, instead, you intentionally surround yourself with images of wealth, freedom, expansion, and success, your vibration begins to rise. You start to act differently. You make decisions that match that frequency. And that is how wealth begins, not outside of you, but inside your visual field. Here's the hidden truth. What you repeatedly see is what you unconsciously seek. That's why the world's top performers, athletes, CEOs, creators, investors all practice visualization. They see it first in the mind before it ever becomes visible in the world. Visualization is not fantasy. It's subconscious programming through imagery. Now imagine taking that ancient power of visualization and combining it with one of the most practical, grounded, and financially powerful tools of modern wealth, your net worth tracker. It's not glamorous, it's not mystical on its own. But when paired with intention, it becomes magic. Because that single number, your net worth, is more than just math. It's a mirror. It reflects your current level of awareness about abundance. It's not about ego or status, it's about clarity. It shows you how far you've come and where you can go next. This is what today's ritual is all about. The golden vision board. Not the vision boards you've seen in magazines full of random cutouts and hope, but a sacred, intentional design for your financial destiny. Think of it as a coded map, each image, each word, each color representing a frequency that aligns with the version of you who already lives in prosperity. And when you combine that with the net worth hack, something incredible happens. You align your energy with your math. You merge the invisible with the measurable. You let your dreams and your data dance together, each one fueling the other. This is where spirituality meets structure, where manifestation becomes measurable. Because wealth creation isn't random, it's repetition. It's about training your subconscious and your conscious mind to move as one unified force. Every time you look at your vision board, your subconscious gets new instructions. This is where I'm going. And every time you update your net worth tracker, your conscious mind gets evidence. This is working. Together, they build momentum like gears in a clock turning in perfect harmony. Energy inspires action. Action builds results. Results reinforce belief, and belief amplifies energy. That's how real transformation happens. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to create your own golden vision board, a visual altar for your future wealth, and how to use the net worth hack to track your progress like the wealthy do. Because this isn't about wishing or waiting. It's about alignment. It's about giving your mind a clear picture of where you're going and a clear path for how you'll get there. When you do this right, you'll start to notice signs of expansion everywhere, unexpected opportunities, surprise payments, new collaborations, and moments of flow that seem too perfect to be coincidence. It's not luck, it's clarity. And clarity is the highest form of wealth. So let's begin. Because your next level of prosperity isn't waiting for permission. It isn't waiting for timing or opportunity. It's waiting for you to see it, to claim it, and to step into it fully. Your vision creates your vibration, and your vibration creates your wealth. The only question is, What will you choose to see today? Here's what happens when you truly commit to this practice. Your inner world and your outer reality begin to synchronize. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions start vibrating in the same frequency. The golden vision board becomes more than a decoration on your wall. It becomes your energetic GPS. It tells the universe, with clarity and precision, this is where I'm going. And the net worth hack becomes the proof, the grounded evidence your logical mind needs to believe what your spirit already knows, that your wealth is not just a dream, it's already in motion. Most people never experience this kind of alignment because they live in extremes. Some live entirely in the realm of imagination. They visualize, affirm, and dream endlessly, but never translate that energy into tangible action. Others live trapped in the realm of numbers, spreadsheets, bills, budgets, goals, constantly measuring progress, but feeling no inspiration, no connection, no soul. The first group creates fantasy. The second, pressure. But when you combine both, when you let energy and evidence work together, you unlock something most people never experience. Flow. Flow is where manifestation meets momentum. It's when what you feel starts guiding what you do, and what you do reinforces what you feel. That's what the Golden Vision Board ritual is all about. It's a spiritual practice disguised as a financial system, and a financial system disguised as a spiritual practice. It brings your left brain and right brain into harmony. It tells your subconscious, I'm not just wishing, I'm building. Take Lovra from New York, for example. She's proof of what happens when you stop choosing between dreaming and doing. 2 years ago, she created her first vision board. Nothing fancy, just a corkboard covered with images that spoke to her heart. She included photos of places she wanted to travel, elegant apartments, a few numbers representing financial goals, and one powerful symbol in the center, a golden key. That golden key represented freedom. It was her reminder that she already held the power to unlock the next level of her life. But here's what made her different. She didn't stop at inspiration. She built a simple spreadsheet and started tracking her net worth every 3 months. All her savings, investments, debts, and assets. At first, the numbers were small, $2,300 in savings, a little credit card debt, nothing that screamed success. But every time she looked at her board, something inside her shifted. The images whispered, keep going. Her golden key glowed in her mind every time she saved money or made a wise financial choice. She began to notice a pattern. The more she looked at her board, the more motivated she felt to take action. The more she tracked her progress, the prouder she felt. And the prouder she felt, the faster she acted. Quarter after quarter, the numbers began to rise. $2,300 turned into $7,000. $7,000 turned into $18,000. Within 2 years, she reached a $50,000 net worth milestone, something that once felt like a distant fantasy. And when I asked her what started it all, she didn't say a financial app or a promotion. She said, it started the moment I placed that golden key in the center of my board. That's when I decided my vision was real. That's what this method does. It fuses belief with behavior. It transforms inspiration into motion. It makes you stop hoping and start building. If you've ever felt stuck between dreaming and doing, between feeling inspired but not knowing where to start, this ritual is your bridge. Because here's the truth. Energy without structure is chaos. You can dream forever and never move. But structure without energy is lifeless. You can work endlessly and never feel fulfilled. You need both. When your energy flows into structure, you become unstoppable. Your goals stop being heavy tasks and start becoming expressions of who you are. And that's what the Golden Vision Board Ritual plus Net Worth hack gives you. The perfect balance between imagination and discipline, between spiritual magnetism and financial awareness. Today, you'll learn how to master both. You'll learn how to see wealth before it arrives and how to track it as it becomes real. Because true prosperity isn't about luck or timing. It's about clarity and consistency. When your vision board reflects your soul and your numbers reflect your growth, you enter the zone of creation, where abundance isn't just a concept, it's your new normal. So look at your images with intention. Update your numbers with pride. Because every active focus is a seed, and every seed, when nurtured, becomes wealth. Laura's story is proof that what you see every single day eventually becomes what you live. She wasn't born into wealth. She didn't come from a privileged family. She didn't inherit money. And she didn't stumble into a sudden stroke of luck. There was no magic windfall or secret connection. What she had was something far more powerful, vision, and the courage to turn that vision into something visible, tangible, and alive. 2 years ago, on an ordinary afternoon, she sat cross-legged on the floor of her small New York apartment. The room was quiet except for the faint hum of the city outside. In front of her was a pile of old magazines, a pair of scissors, and a notebook full of unpaid bills. Her bank account was almost at zero. Her energy was low, her self-esteem fragile. She had been stuck in the same job for years, exhausted and unsure of what to do next. But somewhere deep inside, beneath the noise of fear and fatigue, a spark flickered, a quiet, steady voice that whispered, "Start where you are." And she did. Laura began flipping through the magazines, not looking for logic, but for emotion. She tore out every image that made her heart beat faster, even if it didn't make sense at first. A photograph of sunlight flooding through open windows. A woman typing on her laptop at a cozy cafe. A passport stamped with adventure. A check with her name written on it. A golden key shining against a black background. She arranged them on a blank board, piece by piece, until the collage formed something that felt sacred, like hope made visible. It wasn't just pretty pictures anymore. It was her new reality taking shape before her eyes. For the first time in years, she could see her future. That night, she made another decision, one that would quietly transform her life. She would measure her progress, not just imagine it. Every 3 months, she would calculate her net worth, her assets minus her debts. No guilt, no self-judgment, just awareness. The first time she did the math, the result was humbling. The numbers were small, and the debts were heavy. But something inside her shifted. Instead of avoiding her finances, she faced them, gently, curiously, and with compassion. That small act of honesty began to free her. She started checking her accounts weekly, not with dread, but with intention. She found small ways to grow, saving $20, then $50, then $200. She began learning about investing, watching short videos during her lunch breaks, and reading books about compound growth at night. And each time she looked at her golden vision board, her motivation returned. That board wasn't just decoration, it was a mirror of possibility. Every time she walked past it, she felt a pull in her chest, a reminder that she wasn't just dreaming of wealth. She was becoming the kind of person who builds it. A year later, Laura paid off her smallest credit card balance. It wasn't a fortune, but it felt like victory. She celebrated it by placing a new photo on her board, a single word in gold letters: freedom. By the end of the second year, something remarkable happened. Her net worth crossed $50,000, a number she had once laughed at as impossible. When she looked back, she realized something profound. The money wasn't what had changed her life. The clarity had. Before, she said, I used to chase random goals because they looked shiny. Promotions, side hustles, quick wins. But once I built my vision board and started tracking my progress, I stopped reacting. I started creating. Every image reminded me of who I was becoming, and every number I tracked proved that it was real. The more focused I became, the more the universe seemed to respond. New opportunities, unexpected income, clients appearing out of nowhere. It was as if the universe was matching my precision. That's the secret of this method. When you show the universe that you're serious, through clarity, consistency, and gratitude, it mirrors that energy back to you tenfold. Your vision board sends the signal. Your net worth tracker sends the proof. And together, they create a conversation between your soul and your success. Lavra isn't proof that luck exists. She's proof that alignment works. When emotion meets logic, when belief meets behavior, energy starts moving. She didn't just build a board, she built momentum. She built evidence. She built a life that once only existed on paper. And that's what this ritual will do for you. Because when you start seeing your wealth, not as numbers on a screen or a fantasy in your head, but as something alive, growing, and real, you'll never go back to the old way again. The moment your vision becomes visible, your reality begins to obey. Here's your next step, the practical side of the magic. You've already built your golden vision board to program your energy, to give your subconscious mind a visual language of abundance. Now it's time to create your net worth tracker, the grounded tool that gives your dreams structure and direction. Because what you measure expands. Think about it this way. Your net worth isn't just a number on a screen, it's a mirror. A reflection of how energy, decisions, and habits move through your life. It tells the story of your focus, your patterns of awareness and avoidance, your relationship with value, and your willingness to grow. Most people avoid this number out of fear. They think if they don't look, they won't have to face the discomfort. But here's the truth. Ignoring your money doesn't protect you. Awareness does. The moment you choose to look, calmly, consciously, without judgment, you begin to take your power back. Because money, at its core, isn't emotional. You are. Money simply follows direction. It flows where it's noticed, where it's respected, where it's given purpose. Your net worth is simple to calculate. It's everything you own. Your savings, investments, property, car, business equity, even small balances in your digital wallet. Minus everything you owe, credit cards, student loans, mortgages, or debts. Don't let the simplicity fool you. That single equation represents the energetic balance between what you receive and what you release. Now here's how to turn this ordinary financial habit into a ritual of prosperity, something sacred, intentional, and transformative. Once every 3 months, find a quiet space, light a candle, play calming music. This is not a chore, it's communion. Take a deep breath and whisper, "I am grateful for everything I have and everything that's coming." Then begin your ritual. Open your notebook, journal, or spreadsheet. Start with your assets. Write them down one by one. Don't skip the small things. Every dollar is energy already flowing in your direction. Every account, every investment, every physical possession with value, it all counts. Next, write down your liabilities. Be honest. List your credit cards, loans, or any balances that need attention. As you do this, don't tense up. Don't judge yourself. Just breathe. This is not punishment, it's purification. You're bringing light to the places where you've been blind. When you're done, subtract what you owe from what you own. That number, whether positive or negative, is your truth. Not your identity, not your worth as a person, but your current energetic snapshot. Look at it. Own it. Thank it, because that's where your power begins, not in denial, but in awareness. This ritual isn't about chasing perfection. It's about creating clarity. And clarity transforms chaos into control. The first time you do this, you might feel resistance. That's normal. The subconscious doesn't like exposure. But as you repeat it every quarter, something begins to shift. You'll start to notice how your energy and your numbers move together, how months of gratitude and focus seem to coincide with progress, while months of stress and avoidance often stall your growth. This is why the net worth tracker is more than just a financial tool. It's spiritual accountability. Every time you sit down to update it, you're sending a message to your subconscious. I'm not afraid of wealth. I can handle more, and your subconscious listens. It begins to build new associations. Money becomes safety, not stress. Wealth becomes flow, not fear. Each time you record progress, no matter how small, you strengthen a new neural pathway. I'm expanding. I'm growing. I'm in charge. And the universe responds to that energy. Opportunities align. Resources appear. You start noticing ways to earn, save, or invest that you used to overlook. So don't treat this as accounting. Treat it as ceremony, a quarterly conversation between you and your future self. Pour a cup of tea, light your candle, and make it beautiful. This isn't a task. It's a declaration, because the truly wealthy don't stumble into abundance. They cultivate awareness. They pay attention, not from fear, but from respect. And that's your next evolution. To become the kind of person who doesn't run from numbers, but welcomes them. Who doesn't hope for wealth, but manages it. Who doesn't dream vaguely, but builds deliberately. So take your pen, take your spreadsheet, take your courage, and begin. Because wealth doesn't grow in confusion. It grows in clarity. And now, clarity is exactly what you're creating. Science and spirituality have been circling the same truth for centuries, that what you focus on expands. Mystics called it vibration. Quantum physicists call it the observer effect. Neuroscientists call it neuroplasticity. But they're all describing the same phenomenon. Your attention creates your reality. Every thought, every image, every emotion sends a signal to your brain, and your brain responds by shaping your perception, your habits, and ultimately, your results. When you build a golden vision board, you're not just cutting and pasting pretty pictures. You're reprogramming your subconscious mind. You're feeding your brain new data, new imagery, new reference points of what's normal for you. Here's why that matters. Your subconscious can't tell the difference between imagination and experience. When you visualize yourself wealthy, relaxed, and free, your brain begins to fire the same neural pathways as if it were already happening. This is what athletes do before major games. They mentally rehearse success until the body believes it's possible. You can do the same with wealth. Think of your subconscious as a GPS. It only goes where it's programmed to go. If your internal map says, money is hard, wealth is rare, success isn't for people like me, then every action you take will unconsciously reinforce that belief. But when you change the map, when your vision board shows freedom, ease, prosperity, and generosity, your GPS recalibrates. Suddenly, your decisions begin aligning with a new destination, abundance. Now here's where science and mysticism meet perfectly. Visualization gives your subconscious direction. Tracking your net worth gives your conscious mind feedback. One creates belief. The other builds evidence. Together, they form a feedback loop of growth, a cycle where your thoughts create action and your actions reinforce thought. Every time you see your vision board, you stimulate the reticular activating system, the part of your brain responsible for filtering information. It starts scanning the world for opportunities that match your focus. It notices a new job listing. It catches a line in a podcast about investing. It nudges you to reach out to someone who might open a door. You begin to attract, not because of magic, but because your awareness has expanded. And when you track your net worth, something powerful happens neurologically. Each update releases a small dose of dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. This gives you a sense of accomplishment, a micro-celebration that keeps you motivated. It transforms financial awareness from fear into empowerment. Over time, this rewires your nervous system to associate money with peace, curiosity, and mastery. Instead of stress, shame, or avoidance, you begin to feel calm when you open your bank app. You breathe slower when you review your numbers. You start to see your money not as something separate from you, but as an extension of your energy, a living reflection of your consciousness. That's why I call this the Golden Bridge, the space where spirituality and science hold hands. The mystic in you sets the intention. The scientist in you measures the outcome. Both parts are sacred. When you visualize wealth, you activate your creative power. When you measure it, you anchor that power in reality. The two together create momentum with direction. Imagine it like this. Your vision board plants the seed. Your net worth tracker waters it. Your belief is the sunlight that helps it grow. And before long, what once lived only in your imagination becomes visible, measurable, undeniable. Because abundance isn't random, it's responsive. It responds to attention, to gratitude, to precision. When you merge your intention with awareness, you stop waiting for wealth and start embodying it. Even your body begins to shift. Studies in neuroscience show that visualization activates the same neural circuits involved in action. When you repeatedly see yourself succeeding, your brain starts preparing you for that success physically, improving focus, motivation, and even confidence. That's why visualization feels powerful, because it is. Now imagine pairing that mental rewiring with the accountability of real data. Your own net worth chart rising, even little by little, every few months. You're giving both sides of your mind what they need. The dreamer receives hope, and the realist receives proof. And together, they move you forward. This is how lasting wealth is built, not just in the bank, but in the brain. Not through luck, but through alignment. Because when the universe sees you taking action and your brain sees results, both start conspiring to deliver more. You become magnetic to money, not because you're chasing it, but because you've become clear enough for it to find you. That's the essence of the Golden Vision Board Ritual plus Net Worth Hack. You reprogram your inner world through images and gratitude. You align your outer world through tracking and awareness. And together, they create a quantum leap from imagining wealth to embodying it. Now, it's your turn. This is where vision becomes motion, where inspiration transforms into creation. Don't just listen. Feel this. Do this. Because the Golden Vision Board Ritual isn't about hoping for wealth. It's about commanding it with clarity, intention, and rhythm. Take a deep breath. Let's begin. Step 1. Set the scene. Create the atmosphere of wealth. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Dim the lights or open your curtains to let in natural sunlight. Play soft, calming music if you'd like. Now place a blank board or a large sheet of paper in front of you. This will become your altar of creation, your golden vision board. Before you start, close your eyes for a moment. Visualize golden light filling the room. See it wrapping around you, surrounding your body, your mind, and your heart. This light is prosperity, pure, clean, and powerful. Now whisper softly, I am open to see the life I am meant to live. When you speak it, you give permission to your subconscious to start showing you the way. Step 2. Gather the symbols of your future. Pick up your scissors, magazines, printed images, or even open Pinterest. Start finding pictures that make you feel wealthy, free, and alive. Not images that make you wish, images that make you believe. It could be a photo of a home filled with sunlight, a passport representing freedom, a healthy, glowing body, a peaceful morning with coffee and quiet, a family smiling without worry, a check with your name, a chart showing wealth growing, anything that awakens emotion. That's the language your subconscious speaks. As you choose each image, don't rush. Feel it. Ask yourself, does this represent who I am becoming? If the answer is yes, place it on your board. Arrange them however you wish, symmetrically or intuitively. At the center, place one powerful symbol, something golden. A key, a coin, a sunrise. This is your anchor image, the energetic center of your future wealth. Now say aloud, I see wealth. I live wealth. I am wealth. Step 3. Activate the board. Infuse it with energy. When your vision board is complete, sit back and look at it. Don't analyze, feel. Let your eyes wander over every detail. As you look, imagine each picture glowing softly in golden light, as if every dream has already been fulfilled. Imagine the version of you who already lives this life. Calm, confident, secure, grateful. That version of you already exists. You're simply catching up. Now take 3 slow breaths and repeat. I am aligned with my vision. I am ready to receive. Place your golden vision board somewhere visible, near your bed, your desk, or wherever your eyes will meet it daily. Because repetition is reprogramming. Every glance is a reminder to your subconscious that wealth is your new normal. Step 4. Anchor the energy. Track the reality. Now it's time for the second half of the ritual, your net worth hack. You've programmed your energy. Now you'll guide your focus. Grab your notebook, journal, or open a spreadsheet. Right at the top, My Wealth Tracker. Below that, create 2 columns, one for assets, one for liabilities. Under Assets, list everything you own that has value. Savings accounts, investment portfolios, your business, your home equity, cash, crypto, even small balances. Under Liabilities, list what you owe. Credit cards, student loans, car payments, mortgages. Now take a deep breath. Add up both columns. Subtract what you owe from what you own. That number, no matter what it is your starting point. This is your truth, your map, your baseline. Don't see it as good or bad. See it as data, neutral, powerful, full of potential. Now place your hand over your heart and whisper, I am grateful for where I am, and I celebrate where I'm going. Each quarter, come back to this same ritual. Update your numbers. Look at your board. Watch the alignment between your inner world and outer reality grow stronger every time. You'll begin to notice small shifts, a new opportunity, a refund, a raise, a feeling of lightness when you think about money. Those are signs that your subconscious and the universe are in sync. Step 5. Seal the ritual. Declare the frequency. Stand in front of your golden vision board. Place both hands over your heart. Look at it as if it's already yours. Now speak with conviction. I see wealth. I live wealth. I am wealth. Pause. Breathe. Smile. You've just aligned your mind, your energy, and your actions. And now, both the spiritual and financial worlds are listening. When you do this ritual, you're not just organizing goals, you're activating codes. You're programming your reality to match your vision. And once your energy, intention, and evidence line up, the universe can't help but respond. This is not wishful thinking. It's deliberate creation. It's science meeting spirit. It's you, stepping into wealth with both feet. So begin tonight, because every vision starts as a picture and ends as your life. Now that your board is complete and your tracker is alive, it's time to activate the energy. Because words are frequencies, and the right ones, spoken with emotion, are the codes that open doors. This phrase isn't just a sentence. It's a declaration. It's a vibration that aligns your body, your mind, and your reality into one single frequency, abundance. So take a deep breath with me. Inhale slowly through your nose. Hold it for 3 seconds. And exhale through your mouth. Let's do it again. But this time, as you inhale, imagine golden light entering your chest. It moves through your heart, your lungs, your veins. It expands with every heartbeat. And as you exhale, imagine that light radiating out into the room, touching your board, your notebook, your environment. You're not just breathing, you're activating. Now gently whisper these words. I see wealth. I live wealth. Say it softly at first. Let the words rest on your tongue. Notice how they feel. Feel the vibration in your chest as the phrase moves through you. Repeat it again, a little louder this time. I see wealth. I live wealth. When you say, I see wealth, you're not talking about money in the future. You're commanding your subconscious to notice it now. You're teaching your brain to scan your reality for signs of prosperity. You're telling your reticular activating system, the filter of your awareness, to seek opportunities, blessings, and resources that align with your intention. Now when you say, I live wealth, you're anchoring that energy in the present moment. You're embodying the frequency of someone who already has what they once desired. Because you can't attract wealth from lack, You attract it from identification, from knowing that abundance is who you already are. Say it again, slowly with conviction. I see wealth. I live wealth. Visualize yourself walking through a day in your abundant reality. See the way you move, calm, confident, generous. Hear the tone of your voice, grounded, peaceful, sure. Feel your body, relaxed, grateful, safe. Now imagine standing in front of your golden vision board. Each image glows softly, alive with possibility. You reach out and touch the center, the golden key, the symbol of your future. It feels warm beneath your fingertips, almost pulsing. With your eyes closed, you repeat the phrase again. I see wealth. I live wealth. Each repetition sends a message through every cell of your body. I'm not chasing wealth anymore. I'm aligning with it. I'm not waiting for abundance. I'm embodying it. Your voice becomes an instrument of transformation. Every time you speak the words, you're rewriting the code in your subconscious mind, shifting from someday to now. Now, place your right hand over your heart and your left hand on your stomach. Feel the warmth between your palms. This is your center, your solar power. It's where your intuition and your creation meet. Breathe deeply, and on your exhale, whisper one more time, I see wealth. I live wealth. Pause. Let the silence between your breaths be filled with gratitude. Feel the energy expand inside you. If your mind starts to wander, bring it back by picturing golden light wrapping around you, as if the universe itself is saying, yes, I see it too. Now repeat it once more, with all of your emotion, all of your faith, all of your certainty. I see wealth. I live wealth. You are no longer the version of yourself who hopes. You are the version who knows. You're no longer looking at the board as something separate. You are the board. You are the image, the vibration, the proof. This phrase is your daily password to abundance. Use it every morning as you wake up and every night before you sleep. Say it before opening your financial apps, before making decisions, before new opportunities. Because repetition creates recognition, and what your mind recognizes, it materializes. Soon, you'll start to notice subtle signs, unexpected payments, opportunities aligning, people appearing at the right time, peace in moments that used to trigger anxiety. That's the effect of this phrase. It reprograms not just your thoughts, but your entire nervous system to expect abundance. So from now on, let this be your rhythm. Inhale clarity. Exhale gratitude. Speak wealth. Live wealth. Say it with me one last time, with full conviction. Eyes open, heart open, voice steady and certain. I see wealth. I live wealth. Feel the room respond. Feel the energy rising. You've just activated the frequency of wealth within you. And from this moment on, the universe begins rearranging itself to match your vision. Take a deep breath. Now pause. Let yourself feel what's happening in your body right now. That quiet warmth in your chest. That sense of calm. That spark of something changing. That's alignment. That's your energy shifting. That's the moment abundance starts moving toward you. If you felt even a small rise of peace, clarity, or power while watching this, then listen carefully, because this is where your transformation becomes real. It begins with a single declaration. Right now, in this very moment, type below, my vision creates money. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Because when you write those words, you're not just leaving a comment. You're anchoring your intention into the physical world. You're saying to the universe, I'm ready. I'm open. I'm serious. And the universe always responds to clarity. So go ahead, scroll down. Write it in the comments. My vision creates money. Then take it a step further. Make it your new ritual. Every time you come back to this channel, every time you watch a new video, every time you feel that spark of inspiration, declare it again. Because repetition is reprogramming. Each time you say it, your frequency gets stronger, your focus gets sharper, your future gets closer. And while you're here, If you're ready to go deeper into this journey of wealth, mindset, and manifestation, here's what I want you to do next. Subscribe to this channel right now. That one click isn't just an action, it's a commitment. It's you saying, I choose to live in alignment with abundance. Then, hit the notification bell, because each new ritual, each new lesson, each new financial code that we share here is a new opportunity for you to rise higher. These videos aren't random, they are activations. And the moment you hear them, your subconscious begins to shift. So subscribe, join the movement. Become part of a global frequency of people who are choosing to rise together. Now take one more second to like this video. Because when you do, you're not just helping an algorithm, you're amplifying energy. You're sending a signal out into the digital field that says, more of this. And when enough of us send that same signal, it becomes a wave of collective prosperity. That's how movements are born, not from noise, from resonance. You've felt that resonance today. You've seen it. You've spoken it. You've lived it, even for a moment. So don't let this be just another video. Let it be a turning point. The moment you stopped scrolling and started aligning. The moment you stopped hoping and started deciding. You've already done the work. You've visualized. You've breathed. You've felt. Now it's time to declare. Because words create reality. Comments create commitment. And collective energy creates momentum. So let's do this together. Let's flood the comments with one unified vibration, one voice of prosperity, one sound of clarity, one declaration that echoes across this community. My vision creates money. Let it be your anchor. Let it be your promise to yourself. Let it be the start of your new relationship with wealth, one based not on fear, but on faith. And remember, this isn't just about money. It's about energy. It's about freedom. It's about finally living in harmony with the life that has been waiting for you all along. So breathe in abundance, exhale doubt, and take that final step that most people never take. Commitment. Subscribe now. Turn on the bell, like the video. Comment your declaration. And share it with someone you care about. Someone who deserves to remember that wealth is not just for the lucky. It's for the aligned. Together, we are building something bigger than a channel. We are building a current, a golden wave of prosperity that lifts everyone who chooses to flow with it. You are part of it now. You've seen the vision. You've spoken the code. You've aligned your energy. Now go live it. Because your vision doesn't just create money, it creates your future.